The reason why so many of you guys are frustrated is because you've been trying hard, but you've been trying hard based on your conscious mind. You've been trying hard based on your efforts, but it doesn't work when you're just trying hard based on your efforts. Because if you're not rewiring your subconscious mind so that it can work for you, then ma'am, you're just spinning your wheels in a circle. That's the reason why you're doing all the therapy, why you're doing all the Reiki, why you're doing all the journaling, why you're doing all the shadow work, why you're doing all the self work, and why you feel like you're still not getting the results in your life that you're looking for. The reason why is that you haven't rewired this. So the first step you got to do is you got to heal first. Then you got to activate that feminine energy, because feminine energy can't be activated until you heal. So for those of you that are asking me, how do you increase feminine energy? How many of you wants to know how you increase feminine energy? Say I. So in order for you to be able to properly increase your feminine energy, you have to heal your love blocks. Feminine energy has to feel safe in order for it to be activated. Think about it like this, y'all. Feminine energy is like a gas stove, okay? It's like a gas stove. In order for you to light a gas stove, then you have to have friction that turns on the fire. In order for that to be the case, if you had wind blowing around, then no matter how much you keep trying to light that stove, it's not going to light. The stove isn't going to turn on. You're not going to activate that fire because you have full on wind that's blowing all around, keeping the fire from catching. And that's the same thing with your feminine energy. Your feminine energy is literally like fire. Okay. So if your feminine energy isn't in an environment where it feels safe, it can't be activated. And once it's activated, you want to amplify that feminine energy, because that core feminine energy carries with it power. It carries with it the ability for you to be in tune with your emotions, your intuitions, and your power of creation. So you not only create babies and life with that feminine energy, ma'am, you create worlds, you create abundance, and a man will use that power against you, but to his benefit. Because when a woman loves a man and she believes in a man, just her vision, just her power of desire and creation can help that man become a multi-million-dollar successful business owner. And you see this happen a lot. The saying, that's why they say behind every great man is a great woman, is because of that power of creation that every one of you have. But you can't tap into it when you have not activated that feminine energy. Then when you activate that feminine energy, then that's when you become your authentic self. But so many of you guys, you have no idea who the heck you are, ma'am. You don't know what it is that you want. You think you are your trauma. You think you are the story of pain. You think you are the abuse you endured from your ex. You think you are fat or not pretty or too tall or too short or intimidating or whatever association. You think that you're my anxiety or my depression or whatever the words that you're using against yourself. You've created an identity to that. And that's not really who you are. So then now you're manifesting based on you, on your identity, because the problem with all of these manifestation coaches is that they're not teaching you how to use the power of manifestation. It's like giving everybody fire and telling them, hey, you can go and cook food with it, but not telling them that you can misuse fire and burn your whole damn house down. Like fire can cook your food, or it can burn your house down, or hell, it can burn you. So I was teaching my students yesterday, and we was talking about, do you guys know that influencer, the psychic lady who started to freak out about the eclipse? And she was saying that the world was getting ready to end, and she was doing her cards and she was doing her rituals and everything else. And she was trying to manifest more peace and just all this other stuff. And the day before the eclipse, she freaks out, stabs her boyfriend, kills him, tries to dispose of the body, changes her mind, bring the body back in the house. Her 9-year-old daughter saw the whole thing. So she witnessed her mother kill her boyfriend and her sister's father. Her sister was 8 months old. So then she freaks out. She takes the baby and her 9-year-old daughter in her car. Yes, ma'am. She's driving in her Porsche, and she's an influencer too. She was like a big influencer. So she drives in her Porsche with the daughter and the 2 daughters in the car. And then while she's driving down the highway, she says, get out the car, to the 9-year-old who's holding on to the baby. Right. She was an astrologer and an energy worker. And so she's sitting here like, oh, the world's about to end. She's sitting there trying to like do all these different things with creation, and she's using it against herself. So the baby is scared. She's only 9 and she's not moving. She's frozen. She's already traumatized. So the mother reaches in the back of the car and pushes her babies out of her moving car, kills the 8-month-old, and then she drives her car into a tree, kills herself. What happened? Now, that seems like it's extreme, but she kept affirming the world's going to end, the world's going to end, the world's going to end, the world's going to end. Be prepared. Don't look at the eclipse. The world's going to end. It's apocalypse and all this other stuff. And she believed it so much. Guess what happened? The world ended for her whole family, basically. It ended. It became true. That which I fear has come upon me. When you don't know how to use the power of creation, everybody's using the law of attraction and manifesting, and they have no idea what it is that they're doing. Ma'am, you're not manifesting. Some of you guys, you talk about demonic, look at your prayers. Some of y'all, you've been praying for a husband. If you're praying while in fear, if you're praying while in doubt, if you're praying while having love blocks, while believing that you are your trauma, while believing that you are your pain, while believing that you're not good enough, while believing that the reason why your dad never came back was because of you, because you wasn't enough, while believing that you will never attract true love. If you're praying, but in the background you have that fear that it's not going to happen, then your prayer that is heard is the emotion, not your words. It's not your words, ma'am. It's not. You are manifesting, you are creating based on your fear. So you need to know what you're doing. Because when you're asking for something, when you haven't yet become the version of that which you've asked for, then all you're going to manifest is a reflection of you. So then here you go. You just hiding the tail. Okay. You tired of being alone. You want a man. You don't want to spend the summer alone. We always get a high volume of people trying to get into Boss Diva like right before the summertime. It's been insane. Now we've already had a waiting list, but now it just keeps getting bigger with more people wanting our help because they want that summer love. They want that man that they can take the trips around the world with. They want somebody that the year's halfway over. They done made a New Year's resolution to find love. They haven't done it yet. So now they're feeling it. Now they just want to date. So then they jump online. Now they're jumping online when they haven't done the healing work, when they haven't activated their feminine energy, where they haven't become their heal whole self through rewiring their subconscious mind. They are manifesting from a place of fear, lack, and doubt, from a place of their trauma, from a place of their great-great-grandmama's pain. And then it passed down to her daughter and passed on to her daughter all the way to it passes down to you. And then they show up and then they're surprised why a Build-A-Bear lying meaty back narcissist is in your face, ma'am. You literally manifested. You showed up. When you date, you are not supposed to be dating looking for a husband. That's not how this works. Dating is like you placing an order at your favorite restaurant. You've already placed the order. You know the order is going to be ready. So when you're dating, you're showing up with expectation to collect that which you know is already prepared for you. If you're online and you keep attracting men that are crazy, men that are married, men that are Build-A-Bears, then ma'am, it's not saying that there's something wrong with you. It's telling you that there's something to look at within you, because you will always attract a reflection of your lowest point of trauma. That's the reason why at my agency, okay, y'all like to skip steps. So wherever you go, I don't even know whatever the process, but at my agency, healing is a requirement. If you don't think that you need to heal your love block, then I'm not the one for you. Please don't come on my phone. Don't book a love mapping call. I'm not it. Because if you've been struggling with love, ma'am, I most certainly can guarantee that you have love blocks. It doesn't matter how long you've been working on it. Congratulations. All that work brought you to this point, but you still have love blocks. That's the reason why you haven't attracted the healthy reflection of love that your heart is craving. And then when you show up dating, expecting, preparing for your soulmate, then you can't help but to receive what you've already placed an order for. It's just like you place the order at your favorite restaurant, you show up and that's your order. You're going to collect your order. You expect it. It has to happen. Then you marry your romantic best friend.